Sorry if I've kept you. I've been tied up. Hiya, very good afternoon. Hiya, Rob.
Okay, folks, we're going to start with Rob, and then we'll go to Adam, and then Owen afterwards. Please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Rob.
Mate, can I ask you first about, it's a bit of a strange one, but Kobe Bryant, which a lot of your squad have been tweeting about, a lot of people in sports all over the world, not just NBA, have been talking about. I don't know if you were a basketball fan, but what do you make of it and a tragedy like this?
Well, no, I think it was a huge shock when it came through yesterday. Of course, he was, one of the real legends of the game, and I've watched documentaries on him and seen his influence, obviously over many years as a basketball player, and obviously outside of the court as well. So to see that news, it was terribly sad, and obviously then when more of it is revealed today, and you see the people and the kids that have lost their lives, then of course, our thoughts are with the family, and like I say, it was just terribly sad that someone of that status and everyone else was have lost their lives. So it really makes you sit back and appreciate your own life and how every day you have to live your life to the full.
Thank you, mate. Well done. Slightly different note, but still kind of generic, really. Jurgen Klopp has made it clear after the draw against Shrewsbury yesterday that he's going to allow the whole of his first team to have a proper international break and have some time off, which means that he's going to have a full team of youngsters for the FA Cup replay, which is obviously divided opinion. But as a manager of a football team yourself, when you're trying to juggle the resources, what do you make of that decision?
Well, he's well within his rights to do that. That's why you have your first team squad, and you have reserve players, and you have youth players. I said a way back a number of weeks ago, it was the loading that's put on players and the pressures that's on players over the December, the Christmas period. That this week was designed. It's not really, you would say, a break, but it's something at least for the players to have and to go away and recover a little bit. So to then organise the replays in that was ridiculous. So Jurgen's within his rights to pick whatever team he wants to pick, and if he's going to decide to rest all his players because of the benefit of the club, because that's who's employed by, then that's what he does, and he has every right to do that.
Have you planned what you're going to do for your own break and what you'll do with the players, or does it depend on individuals and how much game time they play?
No, listen, we were thankful to get through the game at the weekend without any possibility of the replay. So now this is there's a period of time where we'll give the players that chance to recover physically and mentally, and then come back and get ready for the next block of games.
Good stuff. How's Jamie Vardy?
Yeah, he's in the squad. He's worked very hard since his injury and last midweek. So, but yeah, he's in the squad, and then we'll give it another full day, see how he is tomorrow, depending on whether he starts or comes off the bench. So he'll have certainly a part to play.
Difficult to say, I guess, from your point of view at the moment, whether you can get 90 minutes out of him. That's something you're still assessing, is it? Yeah,
but I think it's one where, if you're asking me, will he be 100%? He might be 80%, but I'd rather have an 80% Jamie Vardy. I think that what he gives the team and the threat, and it's also about the further risk of injury with Jamie. That's what we're weighing up. So, but he's come through the last two days on the field well. We'll see how that looks in the morning. But yeah, I'm very confident that he'll be involved at some part.
Wilfred and Didi, likewise, you rested him?
He's okay, yeah.
Good to go from the start?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Anybody else struggling? Any other injuries while we're on that subject?
Obviously, Papis Mendy's he's out. He was out for the weekend, and Wes Morgan will be unavailable for the game. So that'll give other players the chance to come in, and we'll assess how Wes is over the next couple of days.
What's happened with Wes?
No, he just he didn't feel great after the game at the weekend. So he's just having some tests, and which will make him unavailable for this game.
News has broken this lunchtime that Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, who you gave a debut to in the Cup, is going out on loan to Blackpool. What's your thinking there? You clearly see him as one for the future.
Well, we have a number of players here, young players that need to go out and loan. You know, they're at an age where they need first team football. You know, under 23 football is great, but I think it's a vehicle in order to help young players, younger than what he is, to play, and then hopefully break through into the first team. So he's 21 years of age, so he needs league football and he needs pressure football, and so it's an opportunity. We've had some interest in him and one or two other players, so they will have the opportunity to get out and feel the real pressure of being a footballer.
Should we get onto the thorny issues of transfers? Look, I know you don't like talking about specific names. The reason I'm throwing this one at you is because the Brest sporting director has actually gone public and gone on record to say that Leicester and Sevilla are both interested in Ibrahima Diallo, this young defensive midfielder there. Is there anything you can tell us about him?
It's the first I've heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Strange one, that one then. Okay. And you said after the game on Saturday that you're still in negotiations for two potential centre-backs. One maybe on loan, one maybe as not a permanent deal, but a transfer. Can you update us on anything there?
No, there's nothing new to add. Still ongoing, and it'll go into this week, I'm sure. So yeah, there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes to look to get a few players in, but we'll see how the rest of the week and what it brings.
What are you sensing? Are you sensing that it's unlikely, or that things are still possible? It's
still a possibility. Of course, it's always difficult at this stage to get the types of players that you want. But there's been ongoing discussions with the club and other clubs, and so hopefully we can do some work.
Again, forgive me for asking a specific. You had that, you'll go for it. But it's been suggested to us today that talks have restarted with Southampton over Yannick Vestergaard. Anything you can tell us about that?
No, there's nothing to add, Rob. No.
Thought you'd say that.
Good man.
How do you see this game? How do you see the balance of
what
it?
What game?
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know there's a lot of other stuff we've talked about, but it's a huge game for Leicester, isn't it? It really is huge for you.
Yeah, it's a semi-final, and it's a wonderful opportunity for us. We played well here in the first game, didn't quite get the result that we wanted, but yeah, we're looking forward to it. We obviously have been there earlier on the season and played very, very well, so we have that confidence. But we know it's going to be tight, and we know that both teams will be all out to get to the final. Aston Villa have had a couple of good results of late, so that'll give them confidence. But our focus is very much on our own game, and looking to bring that quality that we've had, and just like I said, aim to get to that first final. So, but you just got to stay calm. I think there's a lot of emotion around these games, but you have to play with emotion, of course. But then you have to play with that calmness and not overthink it as well. So, be a great occasion, and we aim to perform well and hopefully get the result we want.
Are Aston Villa favourites, having drawn the first leg and now having the second leg at home?
No, I don't really see it as who's favourites. I think that it's very, very well balanced. You know, it's 1-1. There's no away goal, so it's very much in the balance. So for us, we're happy where it's at. We knew even if we took a lead in, it was always going to be a difficult game. So for us, we're very focused and ready and prepared, and we'll just now relax and get concentrated on the game and be ready for kick-off.
You say that Villa have had a couple of good results, and they have. I wonder whether both teams are in a slightly different place than where they were in the first leg, because you've had a couple of really good results yourself, which has probably returned a bit of confidence after that dip. Do you sense that both teams, both squads, are in slightly different places than they were in the first leg?
Well, I think you arrive into these games, and certainly for us, we arrive in a better moment. You know, we get also players that haven't played so much as well. You know, played last Wednesday, and we were able to recover a lot of those players for the game tomorrow. But yeah, listen. No matter what the form is going into it, it's a semi-final of a major cup competition, and no matter how good or bad you've been playing, every player will be up for an occasion like this here. So, but we can only worry about ourselves, and we know the threat that Aston Villa have, but we also respect our own qualities, and if we can bring them, we believe we've got a really good chance of winning.
They've got a new threat, of course. Mbwana Samatta could make his debut. We don't know yet. Have you had a chance to gen up on him, and what have you learned about him?
No, but I've seen clips and that of him, and he works hard, and he likes to be in the box to get goals. And of course, they've been playing without a number 9. Obviously, unfortunate with injuries and stuff. So, but yeah, he'll, I'm sure, come into the squad, and whether he starts or comes off the bench, he'll be a player that we need to be aware of.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi Brendan, how do you assess Aston Villa's form at the moment?
They've, like I said, the last couple of games they've picked up, but yeah, they're a good side with talented players.
Jack Grealish is obviously one of them. How well do you feel you dealt with his threat in the first leg?
Well, no, you have to deal with the team. Jack's a real special talent. He's a fantastic player, and he gives you a problem. But there's also other players in the team as well. But I think the nature of the game, we felt we really dominated the game here. We passed the ball fairly well. We had a lot of opportunities and didn't give away so much. So I think in terms of, for ourselves, it's the case of more of the same, but just then maybe trying to be that bit more clinical when you get the opportunities. And I think for us, I think the first goal in games like this are important, So that's our idea. We can go in with the same idea. Okay, whatever system we play, it doesn't really matter. We go in with the same style, and then hopefully take our opportunities.
How much of a yardstick would it be if the club was to reach its first cup final for 20 years?
Well, it's something tangible to show for how well the players have worked. But we're hoping in the coming years, don't really want to go down the route, it's a chance of a lifetime, because then you may believe that you don't have an opportunity. And for us, we're building something here that to sustain, and okay, we will fight, we will do everything to get to the final. If it doesn't work out that way, it's the great lessons learned, and then can you be better going forward? But of course, there are opportunities that you want to take, and we'll be fighting and giving everything to get to the final.
Just finally, Kelechi Iheanacho has done great for you this season. How do you assess his progress that he's made with you in charge? Yeah,
well, I've been delighted with him. He's a player that's playing with full confidence. Whether he starts a game or comes off, he's making a real impact. So he's been first class. He's a good boy who's working very, very hard in his game since the day I came in, and he's now getting the rewards for that. I know he's had a difficult period here, but you just sense now with the supporters, they're with him. They respect his qualities now and what he gives, and he's playing with a really high level of confidence. And if you do that, then of course it gives you a chance to succeed. And at the minute, he's doing very, very well.
Is it hard to leave him out then?
No, it makes him a real possibility to work well when he plays. It just depends on what you put into the game. So, and like I said, whether he comes off the bench or whether he plays, he's an impact, and that's important. If you a winning squad and a winning team, you have to be prepared to play the role, whatever it is. And thankfully for him, whether it's been on the bench or starting, he's played the role. So yeah, but certainly in contention.
Thank you.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi.
You mentioned already about the idea of staying calm ahead of this game tomorrow. Is there any need with that to maybe manage how stimulated the players are ahead of this continuation of this first semi-final in 20 years?
Yeah, we've spoke about it. We've done some work around that, dealing with that pressure of these types of games. Listen, every time a footballer plays football, there's going to be pressure there. Absolutely. But it's how you manage that, and especially when you go into games. So for us, it's about helping the players deal with that. So because hopefully there's going to be many more big occasions and big games, but you have to be able to go and play your football idea, and in order to do that, you need to have a calmness, but also play with that emotion in the game also. So these are items that we've spoken about already.
how important with that is the more experienced players in the squad, and not necessarily age, but looking at Yuri Tillemans, who's played so many games for considering his actual age in terms of years, but how important are they around the younger players in the squad to have that maybe arm around the shoulder during the warm-up and things like that?
Well, he's one of the youngest, so he's only 22. So no, I think it's the whole team. It's important that they're all there to support each other. Whether you're an experienced player or a young player, these occasions they mean a lot. So, but there are occasions you don't have to magnify. It's a semi-final of a domestic cup, and for us, and my role in this was to ensure that the players anticipate the different situations that can happen in the game, and prepare them for that. And then that allows them to go into the game with a stability and a clarity of their job. And then if you can do that, like we've done for a lot of this season, then you give yourself a great chance. So that's important, helping them deal with that pressure.
Looking at tomorrow, how different a game do you think it might be to the one we saw here just 3 weeks ago? Because it really did appear, especially in that second half, that you as a club, really pushed forward, had the lion's share of possession and chances in that game, and Aston Villa defended very, very deeply. But will they be able to play that way tomorrow, do you feel?
There's always a pressure in your home game to go and impose your style. I think Dean mentioned after the game that he thought the team defended very, very well, but he needed more from them, with the ball. So we would anticipate them wanting to then come out and play that little bit more, and to dictate a bit more of the game. For us, we've played the same way virtually the whole season. So, but I think it'll be a tough game. We recognise that. I know we won there earlier in the season and won well, but like I said, every game is different. But we're focused and ready, and we look to, if we can play as well as we did in the first leg, but take our chances, then we'll have a great opportunity to get to a final.
And finally, plenty of Leicester City fans making the trip to Villa Park tomorrow evening as well. What would your message to them be ahead of this semi-final?
Well, just to be as loud and as supportive as what they've been all year. At the game up there, they were amazing. In the game that we won, they're in that corner and both stands, and we're fantastic. So it's going to be a great occasion, and like I said, they've always given us a great backing. So we hope we can do them proud and get to the final.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, we'll go next.